Thank you for making the coffee early for me, little princess.
You're welcome.
You are tuning in live. Welcome to the show. Because you know you can't spell daddy
without the Addy.
I said you can't spell daddy without the Addy. Good job, little girl.
Thank you, handsome.
Well, Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year's.
We have a wonderful day coming tomorrow. Today is New Year's Eve, and we have a wonderful party planned tonight. Is that right, little girl?
Yes, it is. We have to wait until midnight, 16 hours, until the ball drops.
Are you going to try to stay up tonight, little man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm Batman.
Don't tell everybody you're Batman. That's supposed to be a secret.
Well, Batman does stay
Good
up
job,
really
little buddy.
late. He does.
He does. Batman does stay up late. You're right. So
It
that's
is.
good. You're in the right costume to stay up late tonight. Now, we are going to take bets. If you'd like to put them in the comments, who do you think will make it to midnight tonight? Both of these are saying they're going to make it. Neither of them have made it yet for a New Year's Eve party. Addie did celebrate 3 years ago, but we woke her up to celebrate. So tonight we'll not be doing that. They'll either earn it and they'll party hard,
Or we'll go to sleep.
or they'll be asleep.
Yeah.
We shall see. We are thinking about going down to the beach. We've got a couple of different places to shoot the fireworks off. We have Destin, Florida, shooting fireworks off tonight at both 8 o'clock and midnight. So expect a live performance from the show, either in Exit 30A, where a lot of you like to get down to in Sandestin, or a little bit before that in Destin. Now, the two differences are there's a barge fireworks show going off in Sandestin,
Yes, there
right?
is.
Which is awesome. Sit there on the beach and the big barge shooting it.
What's a barge shooting it, man?
It's just a big boat that allows you to shoot the fireworks off over the water, so it's super safe and looks awesome.
Can you
Barge
get on
shows
it?
are really popular. You know your family in Oklahoma?
Yeah.
There's a wonderful space out there where we've gone, Robert's Cave. Here's Shadow. Welcome to the party, Shadow.
My beautiful black cat.
Okay, all right. Shadow, you're hurting Daddy. Okay, well, Shadow's in the party, guys. This
Yeah.
is booty. Now, okay, Shadow's going to do his thing. So the barge is a lot of fun. We've had, in lakes and rural America, as you go across America, one of the most beautiful things that you will see in your states, if you happen to have a July 4th party or even a New Year's party outside of the big city, you will see the cities come together and usually through volunteer work. The fire department's always on site, but you'll see cool boats launch up over the ponds and the lakes and shoot those fireworks. So not only is it safe for everybody, but the reflection off the water just adds so much beauty to the fireworks.
Is it like a fireworks flower?
Oh, all of those. Oh, yeah. You get the exploding ones, the crackle ones. Daddy loves the crackle ones, I think, the
Yeah.
most.
Yeah, I like the cracker ones where you get a stick and they go pop, 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 pop,
You like
pop,
those
pop, pop,
ones?
pop.
These are going to be big. And so we've got a couple different shows to choose from. And I think we're going to try to do all of them because Destin does a show at 8 o'clock at the Harbor Village. We'll be there for that. And then the 9 o'clock show at Okaloosa Pier is just around the corner. So we're trying to figure out what to go. Do we just go to 30A and see the one show? Or do we hit Destin and then hit Okaloosa and get two shows?
Wait.
Who knows?
I just thought something.
What'd you think?
One starts at 8.
Yep.
We start at 8:45. We're like cousins at 8.
Nice.
And
Hey, don't pick your nose on the show.
Rosky.
So we were going to talk about gold today and silver in the stock market. Sean was introducing how to dig for gold. That is one way those of you at home can find gold. It's not how we'll be finding gold.
No.
Absolutely not. Now, we are going to be joining for the pledge today. We have some really cool things to tune into. We're going to talk a little bit about fraud today. And we're going to talk about Starbucks, stocks, and lobsters. This is going to be a shorter show. We're going to do the New Year's recap tomorrow, the 2025. The year's not even over, so why do a recap today? We're going to do the official recap tomorrow in a much longer, robust show. Is that right?
Right.
Okay. So today's simple and easy. We want to get to the good stuff, and we want to let you get about your day today. Scott Adams is supposed to be going on at 9 today. We're all excited for that, so we will be tuning in shortly. Let me get a little sip of my coffee today. Thank you, little lady.
You're welcome.
And let's dive in a little bit to the news. And before we do, what's more important?
The Pledge of Allegiance.
That's why we're here. Let's go ahead and put our hand over our heart. Sean, please put your hand over your heart. Sean, would you like to do the pledge with Addie today?
Yes. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
For all. Now, today's episode is going to be about one topic, and that is justice for all. We'd like to ask some questions today, and we'd like you to think about them at home. Earlier in the report last week, we did talk about the fraud that was happening, but we didn't talk anything in regards to where, who, or how. We simply just asked the question, are you seeing fraud in the mainstream media? And that's what we'd like to talk about again today. As journalists, it is vital that we ask questions. Right, Addy?
Yes, it is. That's the entire journalistic job. Ask questions like, First we learn, change, and grow.
That's absolutely correct. The 8-year-old and the 5-year-old both know we must learn, we must change, and we must
grow.
But that's not happening right now, and that's what we want to talk about today. So let's hit a couple of the questions. Fraud. Is it real?
Yes.
Is fraud real?
Yes.
Yes. What is fraud? Fraud is when a human or even a computer algorithm lies and manipulates those that are trying to do well. So this is what we want to talk about. I don't care if you're a Democrat, Republican, a libertarian. Well, I mean, if you're a libertarian, we probably like you the most. But whatever you are, you don't agree with fraud.
No, we do not.
We stand against fraud. Do you stand against fraud?
Do you?
Do you stand against fraud?
Yes, I do. Do you?
Yes. I stand against fraud. Do you stand against fraud?
Yes. Yes.
Everybody says yes, we stand against fraud.
But is that your actual choice?
Well, great question, Addy. Let's see how much we stand against fraud. There is a large amount of fraud happening. We are going to go ahead and talk about it today. Specifically, it's happening in the U.S. in multiple programs, from Social Security to Medicare to Medicaid, all of these in the health and wellness industry. There is fraud everywhere. Governments try to come up with regulations, rules, and pieces and investigations to help stop the fraud, allegedly. But we're in a much, much bigger problem than we've ever seen before. Here in just Minnesota right now, we have to ask, why has billions, not millions, not a couple $100s, why have billions of dollars in fraud continued?
Why?
Well, the leader currently of that state, Governor Tim Walz, has one explanation. He's mad that the current president and the current federal investigations have shown billions of dollars in fraud that have not been stopped by the state at all. And Governor Tim Walz responded back today or yesterday with, how dare Trump not send us more money so we can give it away in fraud? How does that make sense?
It doesn't.
We're seeing journalists from out of the state have to do stories. But here's the thing. This isn't new, guys. Going back to 2018 in Minnesota.
2018 in Minnesota.
That was several years ago.
Very.
The fraud was brought up then. Was the fraud stopped?
Yes.
No, Sean. Billions and millions of dollars were handed out to illegal situations. People who did not give the money to the kids, did not take care of the families, but instead, what did they do with that money?
What?
They hurt little girls. They hurt people. They sent it to terrorists. They sent the money elsewhere. They certainly didn't give it back to the community like it was meant for. And who did that money come from, little girl?
The president.
That came from us. That came from our taxes, from our dollars, from our hard work, from Americans to help Americans.
To help Americans.
Americans.
But did other Americans care? No.
We don't care what kind of American you are. If you're frauding, lying, and stealing, we have to get that money back. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Does everybody make a mistake?
Yes,
Right.
that's good. If you make 100 mistakes, that is amazingly good. But if you don't learn from those mistakes, that is bad. You have to learn, change, and grow from all those mistakes that you make.
Well, that's right, Addy. And this is where the problem lies. The fraud is rampant. The fraud must be stopped. Do we agree we must stop the fraud?
Yes.
Well, then why are the people that are in charge of stopping the fraud not stopping it? And more importantly, as attention comes to it so that we can all shed light, all come together and stop the fraud, why are they attacking those that are pointing out the fraud?
Because they are the frauds.
Well, there's all sorts of stuff, and we don't like to get into it because the racists love to talk racism. But apparently, they're calling it white supremacy for talking about fraud. I've never heard something more ridiculous in my entire life, and we're not going to address it too much with you, Addy.
Okay,
But let's just say that when you are trying to discuss fraud and the individuals that are caught red-handed start attacking everybody that's looking, I think we have our answer.
Yeah.
Right? At least more investigation is needed. Would we agree?
Yes.
That's what's currently happening. Not only do we have more investigations underway, the federal government is not going to allow more money to fall into those programs that the people in charge of them are saying, well, we don't know how to stop the fraud. Help, but don't help or we blame you. This doesn't make sense. Make it make sense, Addy.
It does not. What was the thing with the white again? What?
No, don't go in that direction.
Okay.
Just talk about the people that are trying to fraud, attacking the messenger. We're journalists. Are we supposed to bring news to the people?
Yes, we are. That's our entire job. Journalists are supposed to bring news and ask questions.
Well, so if you start bringing the news, the fraud, are they going to attack you?
Yes, they are.
What does that mean? What does that mean when you see yourself getting attacked because you're asking questions?
That means you're doing a great job.
That's right, Addy. If a journalist is being attacked, then you must be asking the right questions.
Then keep asking those questions and keep asking better questions. Keep asking new questions.
Cognitive dissonance is on the table this year. People are seeing it. Well, the individuals that say, oh, we don't like this person because we think there's corruption. We think there's corruption. Well, those same people, when we now show we have corruption right here, billions, those same exact people are saying, no, don't look over here. No, not us. Look over there.
Yeah.
That's not how this
works.
works.
Us, the ones that have been doing it. Look at the innocent people way over there. I just made it make sense, everybody.
That's not going to work, though, is it?
No,
it's 2025. It's not 2018. It's not 2016. We have moved forward. Everyone has grown. Those of you watching the show right now know that we are going to flip tables. Jesus commanded when he walked into the temples, Addy, and he saw the corruption and he saw the fraud in his temple, in our temple. What did Jesus do?
Flip the tables.
100%. Flipped the tables. So when someone asks you, what would Jesus do? When someone demands from you to be more like Jesus, what would Jesus do?
Flip the tables.
That's right. We can't heal. We can't help. And listen, we all want to help. Every single American wants any of those Somalians who want to become Americans to have that ability, to have that money that we gave to them, to live a better life. Is that happening for those that want to live the better life? No, because bad leaders are corrupt and they're stealing from them. Okay, so understand, if you care about Somalians and you want them to live a better life here in America, you have to drain the swamp. You have to get rid of the corrupt people that are stopping the money that is designed to help them from stealing it. Shouldn't we all agree on this?
Yes, we should.
I'm upset as a journalist that the people who want to help the Somalians aren't getting rid of the corrupt leaders that are blocking it.
I am so upset right now.
How does this make sense?
It doesn't. I want to go over there and get them with tough, rough, and kick butt.
Well, you might have to. Okay, we might send you in there. But right now, we have the leaders that are in place attacking all of us, all of the journalists, all of the federal government, everyone who's trying to stop the fraud. Can we give them more money?
No.
Well, yeah, not while they're stealing it and being fraudulent, but if they stopped, could we give more money then?
Yes.
Maybe.
And shine our light everywhere.
That's right, guys. So if you want to be against fraud, if you stand against fraud, the first thing you have to do is stand for getting rid of corrupt leaders that are stealing the money.
Yes, you have to. Otherwise.
So as we look forward to going into 2026, we expect the governor, Tim Walz, to start holding people accountable. His message currently has been, oh, we're trying to for the last 4 years. We've been fighting it, but we can't stop it. But magically, one journalist, Nick, flies into town and everybody in the world knows about it. And worse, we're realizing that back in 2018, these issues were brought up and ignored and hidden. Does that sound like a safe environment?
No, it does not.
And we're not even talking about one of Tim Walz's appointees who went crazy and tried to shoot a bunch of people and actually murdered a Democrat there in the state who was against this fraud. That's a weird story that these journalists aren't going to touch right now because more questions are needed.
Well, me and Daddy over here are going to keep asking those questions until we get our answers.
I agree with you, Lily.
I do.
Now, Jack Posobiec, one of the best journalists in America, he's got a possible solution to fraud. So again, let's back away from Minnesota. We're not just attacking Minnesota here, guys. This is about fraud across America. It's been happening. You know it's happening. I know it's happening. And this 8-year-old girl knows it's happening. We're supposed to have check and balances. We're supposed to have things in place. But there's no carrots. There's no incentive. If you speak up against a company, you speak out against fraud, you might get killed. You might be shot. That's a lot of money that you're stopping, right? Mm-hmm. Well, I have one incentive. Jack Posobiec has pitched the idea, and there are some programs out there.
Can you tell us those ideas?
Bounties for fraud.
Oh.
Why not set up a bounty? If you find fraud, if you're willing to put yourself on the line and be a whistleblower for fraud, why wouldn't you get a percentage of the fraud you save? If we're going to lose $2 million giving it to a company because they're fraudulent and our systems we have in play can't stop it, but you, the whistleblower, the citizen's arrest, you step up, or as a journalist, you travel on your own, pay your own dollar, pay your own dime, risk your own life, and you do the work, you should be rewarded.
Yes, you should. With $10 million. Or maybe less.
$10 million on a percentage. So I guess if you found $1 billion in fraud, we'll throw you $10 million.
Yeah. It depends on
maybe
how much. It depends on what kind of fraud you got and how many money you stole.
Absolutely.
And then we'll just double that by 2.
Maybe even an award, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, go see the president, go to the White House and get a medal, right?
Yeah, and maybe even get a giant house.
Why? Because what does it take to make the dream work, Addy?
Teamwork.
Teamwork makes the dream work. So when we talk about fraud, we're not just attacking the obvious fraud that we're seeing in Minnesota. We know that a state like California has 200 billion more programs going on, which is ample opportunity for more fraud. If just in a state like Minnesota, we're seeing billions in fraud, can you imagine what we could be seeing in California? And I'm not going to leave anybody else off the table. How's Texas doing? We're in Florida. How's Florida doing? We want fraud busted anywhere and everywhere it exists. That's the American way.
Anywhere. If there's even a slimmer, not even a big one, even a slimmer, even the size of a baby python, I want it gone.
Cut it out.
Cut it.
Now, do we want those people to be held accountable, be forgiven, learn, change, and grow?
Yes.
Absolutely. People make mistakes. People get stuck into situations. We don't care. Stop it. Let's change and let's grow. For a better America, for a better future, we have got to stop the fraud. When you think about, and here's why. When you think about what those billions of dollars could do, let's say you're a lefty liberal and you want more homeless money, you want more money for this, you want more money for that. Well, it sure would be awesome if the billions of dollars being stolen and funneled outside of America was here, helping those people you care about.
You care about, I care about, you care about, everyone cares about.
Okay. Obviously, we're upset about the fraud, but we want to make it clear that it's not just the fraud that's upsetting. It's the fact that we're here in 2025 and we can't even talk about fraud. You turn the news on, you got Fox News, which we don't watch or pay attention to, amping it up and trying to make it, angry so that everybody on the left won't even talk about it because, it's on Fox News, so we don't want to talk about fraud. We understand. But the left, MSM, they don't even want to touch it. They don't even want to talk about it because they don't want you asking questions. And if they do talk about it, it's Tim Walz blaming Trump for not sending more money to be fraudulently stolen. The common sense is gone.
It's gone.
And America must return to common sense.
It must too. For the sake of all our people.
And that's one of the reasons we have our show today is we wanted to make it clear that wherever you're at, I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. If you aren't stopping your team from committing fraud, we're all losing.
Everyone's one of us.
Let's talk about winning for a second.
Yeah.
Let's switch it up.
Let's switch it up.
Stocks. Let's talk about a little bit of happy news.
Ooh, I like stocks.
Now, we were going to do a 2025 year update, but we'll do that tomorrow. So today we just want to recap a couple of really interesting pieces. Stocks. For year to date, the Dow is up 14.32 year to date. The S&P 500 is up 17.67. The S&P is up 17.67. The Dow is up 14.32. And the NASDAQ is up 21.75. Absolutely amazing numbers, guys. We're here at the end of the date. And where is everything in Trump's first year? Up. And that's just 1 year. We've got 3 more to go.
Ooh,
So for those of you who invested, You're looking good.
You're looking real good.
Starbucks, the leading company that changed the rules and regulations and protested in Trump's first 4 years and said, you need to let homeless come sit in your facilities. You need to let the homeless people come sit inside your Starbucks and restaurants and take up space and possibly hurt your people. You're racist if you don't let Starbucks or if you don't let people in to stand there.
You're racist.
That's what Starbucks made very clear for 4 years under Trump's first term. Would you like to know how Starbucks has responded with all of those stores around the San Franciscos, around Chicago, and all of those areas that were having incidences because they changed their policy and did allow mentally unstable homeless people to sit inside their stores and mess with their customers? Do you know what they're doing to all those stores now that they've implemented that rule? Closing them. Starbucks is shutting down another 400 stores after they pushed their social activism on everybody. Secretly behind doors, they closed all those stores. What does that sound like, Addy? More fraud?
Yes.
Yep, pretty easy to see, but if you don't pay attention, you'll miss it. Starbucks closing 400 stores, and that's after they closed even more around all of those areas that they fought for years to tell you, you must open the doors to the crazy people. Now they closed their doors.
That is so stupid.
Yeah, well, at least we know about it.
You wanted to go. You wanted them to go in, but no. You closed the door on them because
that's why we like being a journalist, because the outcomes speak for themselves.
Yes, they do.
Now, another interesting news. If you are in the mood for lobster, you may be able to find some on Craigslist. Are you ready for this one?
Ready.
A seafood snatcher. The seafood snatcher has struck again. One of the major things headed for Costco in Minnesota.
Yep.
A 400,000 shipment of lobsters. 400,000 pounds of lobsters were stolen. You guys are going to laugh at this one.
They're already dead too. So.
They were. Yep. Yeah. Good call.
They're already disgusting.
These guys dressed up. They just put on a driver and they just pulled up in a truck. And do you know what the middle firm did?
What?
They gave them the lobster. That's it. A guy pulled up in a truck and said, I'm here for your lobster. And they said, oh, here you go. And then they found out that that wasn't the trucker that was supposed to be there. So somebody titled the Seafood Snatcher has got 400,000 pounds of frozen lobster
already dead
that they're now selling or having a big party. I mean, that's going to be one heck of a New Year's Eve party if you got 400,000 pounds of lobster, huh?
Yep. And here's a little tip. Here's a little side tip. Ready? Lobsters are the cockroach of the sea. So I'm not even mad about it that he stole cockroaches.
You heard that from this little lady. That's right. Well, why don't we go ahead and educate everybody? For those of you who don't remember, a lobster was found in abundance on the seashore everywhere around the U.S. because, they're like the cockroaches. They were not eaten, mostly poor people or who touched them, right?
Yeah.
But then something happened in America. The choo-choo train.
Choo-choo!
And the choo-choo train was taking people inland, not people on the shore.
What's inland mean?
That means only in the inside of the states. They never saw the seashore. They never saw the islands. They never saw Galveston. They never saw anything from the East Coast or the West Coast to see that these lobster bugs were everywhere. Okay? These were people that lived in from Ohio to Kansas. It doesn't even matter. Anywhere from Pennsylvania over. They had no idea that these mud bugs or cockroaches of the sea, like you call them, like our dad or like Papa Goat said. And they thought, ooh, what is this delicacy? So the trains had to find something cheap to serve the people.
That's disgusting.
No, it tastes delicious, they thought. So they took lobster, the cheapest thing that they could get for the train rides, and they started serving it to the Americans on the trains.
And on restaurants.
And so do you know what the Americans thought? Ooh, look at this exotic, delicious delicacy. But was it a delicacy at the time? No, it was just the easiest thing to scoop off from the beach.
Yeah, and it had poop in it.
But that changed the mindset of the way it was viewed. And because of that, it went from being a bug found on the ground everywhere by the sea to a wealthy delicacy.
More like a poor cockroach.
You've made your point, little girl.
Yeah.
All right. So on that side, we have two other pieces to hit, and we'll get over to Scott Adams. Biden's border. In 21 to 24, we saw 11 million people in 4 years come across. That's 300,000 a month. And as you know, there were There were secret Chinese spies in there. There were Afghan militants. There were all sorts of evil people coming across on top of the little girls and the many families that were trying to come to the U.S. Many of them were hurt. Lots of them were done some evil things that we won't talk about right now. And we're very sorry for all of that.
Very.
But the news we have now is it's 2025. And what did we see differently? Well, after 11 million came in under Biden, Trump was able to lower that number down well below 444,000 to a now November number of under 10,000 at the border. So 10,000 at the border compared to 300,000 under the past administration. That's the lowest number you've seen in 50 years, everybody. So this journalist would just like to tell you that's the lowest number you've seen in 50 years. And I need to tell you why that's important. That's less women being trafficked. That's less children being hurt. That's less cartel members beheading people to use them for power and for gain. That's a good thing.
Very good, people. Very.
That's going to be it for our show today. We're going to get over to Scott Adams. God bless you. God bless America. And we will see you on the other side.
God bless everyone. God bless America. Make sure you keep an eye out for all those races.